What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. Spirit Warriors has dropped, and there's been some insane buyouts from the last couple of days with all the new cards announced from the OCG. So let's get into Spirit Warriors first real quick. Where to save money. Spoilers, it's mostly Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles, but let's go ahead and look around. Casper at 35 here. There's only 2 left from core TCG. They're first on the scene on TCG Player. They were listed all the way last night. They've sold out of a lot of quantities. I think they had a lot of 10s listed, and now it's down to 2 on Starfire as well at 20. I think that's one of the best prices on the market, if I'm not mistaken. We'll look it up in a second. And then Snow at 13. Remember, that's the other short print. We go through, they have like Sheens at 3. A lot of these prices are going to get slayed by Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles, but to their credit, these 2 are not bad prices. And we go over here, and Troll and Toad is actually sold out of all the short prints. I just wanted to scroll through and let you guys see a few of these prices. They've sold out of Caspars. I believe they've sold out of Starfires. And they sold out of the Painter Snow. Pretty crazy that Troll has sold out of all of these. Maybe they oversold on pre-sales. Maybe they just happened to sell out to their loyal customers. I'm not really sure. I would have liked to see their prices. I actually heard their prices were relatively low on them, that they were beating Ideal 808's pre-sale prices. So if you were checking out Troll and Toad, you had an insane chance, I think, to save some money. But they have been slammed and are out of all of those, as you might see. Good job, Troll. And Spirit Warriors, the deck base here is actually one of the best prices you'll have on the Magical Muskets for now, mainly because Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles is freaking insane, and they're selling their Cross Dominations at $3.41. You want to see the main market price for this card? $14, $15. What is going on? Troll actually has this at Magical, what's it called? Magical Musket Cross Domination. They have it at like, I think $10, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles is just insane. The entire deck core is much cheaper due to that, but you only get 2 Caspers and 2 Starfires, but at market price that's like 30, 60, 80, 100 right between these 4 cards on release. And then cross doms are like 15 a piece. So right there, you already have under this value on the market's initial release. Now, these cards will go down, in my opinion. I don't think this is going to be one of the strongest decks. I don't think you're ever going to see it take more than 10% of a YCS top cut. I don't think you'll ever see it take more than 2 slots at a regional, in my opinion, under this ban list. But it's still a pretty fun, good stun deck. I like the Weather Painters more as a stun deck. That's just me from what I've seen other players do online. I think it's very underrated, but this deck base is probably one of the cheapest prices you'll get it at. And remember, DGZ Bond C5 for that fat Australian Denko Seka 5% off. I think this is about as good as it gets. As you see, they have Shein at $1.36. They're just slaying the rest of the set, pumping it out cheap. Though they're putting all the secrets from like the Weather Painters here at dollars, Needle at dollars. They're just going crazy. But Cross Domination, by far the best deal on the market, $3.41, guys. It's free shipping, I believe, when you spend around 75 US dollars. You hit that on this deck base already, and it looks like there's a Weathery deck base. I actually didn't see that before. The 6 Samurai deck base, $18. They're basically giving the 6 Samurais away. I saw other people selling 6 Samurai deck bases for around 35. Looks like they started at 30 and knocked it to 18. They're actually just nuts on Cross Domination. They're giving away money. I'm baffled. I kind of want to just go in and buy a ton. That's crazy that they're actually doing that, having seen the rest of the market. Snow's about where it is. Like, Core's was a bit cheaper, but 5% off. I believe you beat them by getting it here. Let's see what's in this Weather Painter list. There's probably 1 or 2 Snows. 2 Snows. All right, so that's 30 right there almost. That's 26. And then you get 2 of a bunch of the others secrets. Not bad. This is probably about as cheap as it gets as well. And remember, there's 5% off of it. So if you wanted a weathery deck base, that's very cheap. Although then you'll pay, and if you don't get to that 75, you'll be paying international shipping, which I think's about $7. So you want to keep that in mind with Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles. I always tell you guys before I tell my sponsors their prices. I really hope they don't get mad at me for showing you guys this first. I've told them over and over I will always have my audience's best interest before theirs. Have fun, guys. Ito, the Supreme Magical Force. So we got a new Link monster. It's that sorceress one that allows you to summon monsters to your opponent's side of the field with its Link marker. And Ito has been found to be the best monster to do that with. Never had a reprint. And the hype is semi-real. Basically what he does when this card is, they're missing a line of text here. Basically the first line should say that your opponent cannot summon monsters. So it's funny, they're actually missing a line of text of what it does. The main important text on TCG player here. But yeah, it actually stops you from being able to summon monsters, period. We have one Unlim Near Mint at 86 cents. And then we just see Light Play, tons of other stuff. And then we see Near Mint at $3, $4, etc. It's just completely selling out on eBay. That's actually crazy that they're missing the main line of what it does. If you read that card first on TCG Player, you'd be scratching your heads. So basically they can't get rid of it by anything except like a trap card that would destroy it, a Dark Hole, a Kaiju Slumber. Your opponent literally cannot summon cards once given this, and that Link monster allows you to just give it to your opponent. That's what's crazy about Ito. That's also crazy they're just missing it. Let me see if I can actually just prove you guys. You cannot summon monsters. So giving it to your opponent, they can no longer summon monsters. That's how you gotta be missing a line of text, TCG plate. But that's why it's selling out. It's basically completely out on eBay to the $8 mark. Never had another printing. I was watching it last night. It was still at $1. I saw, I think, Ready for Duel posting about the hype and that it was the only card, like the best card to give to your opponent. So it's basically a win con because you then you then take your time getting rid of your opponent, but it is 2,200. Once rammed into your opponent, I believe it does come back, unfortunately. When this destroyed, is destroyed by a card effect. Never mind. So you have no danger of it coming back, but you basically stall your opponent for a turn. You take away their battle phase. You can't really turn your Link monsters to defense so that, you know, it can't ram itself, but it is the funniest thing to give to your opponent. I personally don't think it's good. I don't think it's that good. Recurring Nightmare has gone up for the secret rares. I know this one be thanks to Yu-Gi-Oh! Money. $20 for the Unlims. I don't even know where the first are going to land. Let's see here. About 21 as well. It's just hype for that Dark Structure deck coming out. And we see over here on eBay, there's one with the wrong picture at apparently $6.58 from Canada before it's 18. But the wrong picture, as we'll see during this market watch, happens a lot. But Recurring Nightmare, just hype because dark stuff's getting hyped. Seems a little silly to me. There's the other version as well, and it hasn't budged at all from its market price. Let's see. We have the common, the gold common, and it's at $340 versus its market price of $330. So basically people just buying out the hollowed version in hopes that it'll get hyped or something. Inzektor Sword, Zector Blade. I totally murdered that. Zecalibur. Zecalibur is $8.50 for the ultimate. That's the craziest thing. Every single Inzektor card is just up versus its market price. I think this was at like $3 last I looked last night. These are at $3s for near mint versus $1.70. Just all the Inzektors are up versus their market price. $4 versus $3.22. Just from an Inzektor Link monster being announced. I don't know that it'll even see that much play, but it looks like people are pretty stoked about it. We go over here. The Ultimate Inzektor Swords are a bit cheaper on eBay. Another buyout was Shekanaga. You see that its market price was $382 for the ulti. We see all the unlimbs sitting at 6s here. Wrong pictures again for the lowest sellers. It all says ultimate rare though. But the first one with the actual right pictures at $7 before $9. Looks like people were just questioning, is this really ultimate rares? They probably are. And it starts at $6 as well here. Besides that, just, you know, things barely bumping versus their market price are not even. It looks like original windows are up, Megatons untouched. Even, you know, Annoyed Tail is not moving, but the fusions are up about $1 or so against their market price. And Ultimate Construct way up. I think that's been that way though, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong, but the Ultimate one definitely up there. So just things going crazy with the things based around the cards announced. I think the funniest one is Ito. You're going to be able to ram it next turn and get a main phase 2. In fact, you'll ram it and then you can just activate something like Struggling Battle. Like, that's evenly matched, I'm sorry. But it's just crazy today, the market based around all those cards released. And again... Oh man, I'm sorry, Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles. Don't let me go. Don't take away the sponsorship, please.